This is how I got 7 handsome men to show up to a volleyball court at 6 in the morning. Look, I've mentioned it in the past, it's hard to get better at volleyball alone, but I still have tried that. I personally think that the serve is incredibly important in volleyball, so oftentimes I'll go out and I'll serve by myself just to, get some reps in. But even with serving, it's still helpful to have somebody on the other side of the court just to either serve back to you or shag or do any of that kind of stuff. So I started reaching out to people and asking, hey, do you want to do drills in the morning? And then from there, we kind of developed this group. And it's sort of a situation where if you show up and nobody comes, then that sucks. Well, at least you're there. But then it ends up being this thing where people want to come, people want to train, they look forward to it. I think the most important thing for this training group is I'm consistent. Every Wednesday I go out and I set up the court, and regardless if people show up, I will be there. I've even gone out and set up the court and went to a coffee shop afterwards because maybe I had like knee pain or I was tired or something, and they still ran the practice. So I think that's probably the number one step, is to be consistent. But outside of that, you need the equipment. Before I was any good at volleyball, I bought lines. Now that might be a little confusing for the indoor folks, but lines are pretty crucial to playing doubles volleyball. Typically a park either has no lines or they have fours lines, which means that the court is about 2 feet wider on all the sides. In order to play proper doubles, you have to shorten the lines a little bit. And a lot of parks, they don't really like when you do that. So just bought my own lines, and now I am an asset to people. They say, let's invite Aaron because he's got lines. Let's invite Aaron because he has 5 balls. Not like that. Let's invite Aaron because he's got antennas. And recently I found out that some people really hate playing without antennas. So that would be the second thing. So we have be consistent, have equipment, and finally, I think having drive is pretty big. It's really hard to do things alone. I keep saying that. That's just a huge thing with volleyball. We all high five in between every single play. Like, we're in it together. A lot of us are fueled off of other people because it's hard to motivate ourselves to do these things. If one person has drive or can be inspiring, it goes a long way. Whenever I'm at the drill sessions, I've never been a coach in my life. I've done swim practices and that was all my background, but I've never done formal training for volleyball prior to this year. So I don't have a drill book ready to go, but I still take charge. Because if there's no direction, then 8 men on a court isn't as useful as you think. But if you have one person just calling everything out, saying, we're gonna do this next, we're gonna do that, it makes everything go a lot smoother. And it's not just 8 dudes staring at each other with balls around. Jeez, what am I saying? And there's honestly people that come out to these sessions that aren't trying to go on the AVP like me. So why they're doing that, I'm not sure. But I have been told in the past that people respect my hustle and my grind, and maybe they like being around that. It's kind of like the mindset of like in business, how you want to surround yourself with successful people because then it kind of makes you more successful. Maybe people are going just because I have this drive and passion for the sport, and they're like, I kind of want to be around that. So those are the 3 things I think are most important if you want to make a practice group for volleyball: consistency, equipment, and drive. There's definitely a lot more things, but those are the things I could think of for right now. And if you think that this helped you, drop a like, subscribe, and I'll be trying to make more videos like this just to keep you guys involved in my life and educate maybe. Thank you for following the journey.